in today's episode of Little Good Garage, we're going to be getting this 1986 80R Honda dirt bike running here. We went down to the Iola car show where I sold my moped, got some more junk, and I got this for free. Somebody literally walked up on me and said, when you stopped by my tent, you knew what you were talking about. I want to give you a dirt bike and a new rebuild kit for it. So I have a new jug for this thing. I have new pistons, I have new wrist pin, I have new gaskets, which is super nice that he gave them to me, and especially the dirt bike. It's crazy. But then I started thinking, there's gotta be a reason a rebuild kit came with it, you know? So we're gonna see if we can get this thing running today. I'm very confident in it. I was just walking by. Iola Car Show is a swap meet and a car show, so I was just walking by tents and I saw this one tent with clutches, chains, carburetors, and I was like, hey, look at all this stuff. And I saw an 80cc kit on the floor, and I was like, oh, that's an ACC. And then he came by the Vice Garage tent and just said, you know what you're talking about, you can have it. So this thing isn't that bad condition. One thing that's really cool is this definitely last ran on ice. I'm gonna show you guys these. This has custom studded tires, front and rear. But another bad thing is when you're on ice, it's pretty much unlimited wasteland, so you can just hold it pinned for a while. And I'm hoping that they didn't park this for a reason after that. Or maybe a kid rode it. I'm assuming a kid rode it because it's an 80 and it just got too small for him. But we're just gonna start off with a compression test. My dad gave me a little tester. You screw it into the spark plug hole, kick it over a whole bunch of times, and it'll tell you if it's good or bad. It is a little low right now, I feel like. I mean, it's there, but you can hear it really coming out of something. Like there's kind of like a crack or something. You can just hear it every time you kick it, and it kind of sounds like it is coming out of the spark plug, like the sides. And I think somebody jammed the wrong spark plug in there, which could have damaged our threads, which means we'll have to probably re-thread it and then get metal shavings into the engine and then drain the oil like five times. So we're just gonna get compression test on this thing, check if we got all the stuff, clean it up really quick, and then just see if it'll fire up. And then in another episode, probably not the next, but another one, we're gonna put new tires, new rims, repaint the plastics, new grips, new exhaust, clean everything, new seat. It's gonna be a really nice restored bike, but I'm really excited. Let's just get to work. So this is the bike here. It has the yellow graphics on it. Some sort of like moose utility race thing. It's got the exhaust, kind of like my brother's 200. It's faded red. Must have been like a sponsor or something. I don't know. I literally have no idea. See, it's in really bad condition. He gave me new grips with it. Shifter's a little bent. We can get a Tanya Harding, fix that. And then we clearly have a leak. Pretty bad leak. And it looks like it's coming out of the petcock. Could be blown seals. Could be bad fuel line. Over here is where the compression tester will go in. And if it's in the red, like right there, it's not gonna run most likely. If it's in the green over here, it'll fire up. If it's around 90, it'll be iffy. I'm assuming it'll be around 90, probably a little lower. I'm not sure. Let's take that thing out, put this thing in there, and see what we got. I'm assuming it's gonna be a 5/8. That's pretty much, ooh. That's really loose. I don't know why it's like that. Yeah, it's a 5/8. I really think this is the wrong spark plug. Yeah, it also has a wobble to it. We got spark plugs here, so we should be able to jam a different one in. I'm hoping we're not going to need a new carburetor. I'm not even going to look at the carburetor. I'm just going to see if we can get this thing running, go rip it around, and then we'll really fix it up one day. Let's get this thing out though, see what it's reading. Oh. Yeah, so I believe that was the wrong spark plug, because if you look at this here, it's a massive dent in it, and it is slammed down, which means that the piston was just slapping this thing, which is not good at all. I mean, it looks good though. Like, looks like it's running perfect. Was running perfect. Wish I had a flashlight. Take a look in there. I'm gonna see if I can find one. I can't find a flashlight. And I see like a really weird scarring. I can see the valves doing the valves. Seems good. It sounds healthy, which is good. Let me go grab my compression tester. And then we're just gonna screw this thing on. I haven't used one of these in a while. No! It ain't gonna fit. Which is kind of good, because then I don't have to worry about anything. It's not gonna fit in there though. So here's our spark plug. Also, here's my tripod, pretty much. We have, I believe, weed whacker. I don't know what this is. That's too small though. So, can't use none of them. I think over here we got another one, right? I know we do somewhere. I always have an extra spark plug. Could have sworn there was one right over here. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. That actually looks exactly the same. Look at that. My lucky day. So we're gonna get this thrown on because it clearly looks right. And then we'll go from there. I mean, this looks like the right spark plug, so we're just gonna say it is. Spark plug's a spark plug, so it's gonna have to work for now. It doesn't have the weird silver thing on top, so we're just gonna borrow it off of this one. Which I don't know if that's how it works, but it is today. There, so now fits like a glove. Oh, and another thing I'm noticing is that's where the compression is coming out of. It's cracked. Right around the spark plug. There's a crack. About right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's not focusing. But there is a good crack right there. I mean, we can try to make it do. But I'm not sure. Oh, it's the wrong size now. I gotta grab a new size. I've never seen an 11/16 spark plug. Which is what this is. That's weird. So we're gonna check the tank in a second, but here's these studded tires. Definitely old. They are just rounded. I mean, those ain't doing nothing. And yes, we're gonna drive it like that today. Probably gonna destroy our driveway. Probably gonna rip everything up. But, you know, it is what it is. We're gonna check the oil actually, because I forgot that's even a thing. Alright, so if you guys are new to mechanics and stuff, when you check oil, if it looks really bad, but it still is full, then you just leave it be. So you just pretend you didn't even check it. You don't even know what it looks like once you check it. So I'm gonna get this going here. We need to get like a wipe and clean all of this, because that's probably a pretty big fire hazard too. Alright, moment of truth. Oh yeah, that looks better than my daily dirt bike. I mean, it looks a little low, but I mean, look at that. Oh, okay, that's a good start. We got decent oil. That was not bad. You guys should see the oil on my 100. I have at least 1,000 hours on that. Every day I ride that. Just got done riding it today, literally. Just parked it. Love that bike. Yeah, all right, that's tightened down. Let's see what we have in our tank here. Hoping it's gonna be pretty clean in here. Oh. Okay, so, all right. The gas in here right now is brown, but I'm thinking if we just dump 5 more gallons of gas in it, it'll neutral it out, right? So we're just gonna go grab some gas and pretend that nothing was brown in here. Everything's healthy. So I'm gonna go grab a gas jug and get some gas in this thing. I got my door opened up here so we can get some fresh air here. I'm not gonna top it off because if we get it running, then we'll just drive it over to the pump and top it off. I don't really know what else to do. I think we're just gonna try to give it a few whirls. We're gonna move that down, so if we need to give it hot sauce, we can. Here, I'm gonna remove this fender right here. If you guys can see it, I just realized you can't. We're gonna move this right here so we can spray some hot sauce if it needs it. So I'm gonna get that, and then we'll, you know. 10 millimeter. Looking at this, it looks good. I'm too lazy to take off the seat, so the air filter is good, we'll just say. Whoa. We got some dirt in the carburetor, but again, the boot's been off for years. I hear the sliding. I think that's really all that needs to happen, right? Well, give it a shot, I guess. We're gonna start off with no choke, because I'm confident in this thing. This is also loose. Here we go. I ain't firing. Hold on, let's try it with some choke. All right, I'm gonna go grab some hot sauce. All right, hot sauce is engaged. Let's see what we got. Oh, it fired. Oh, it actually fired. I don't know if you guys hear that, but it got there. All right, we need more hot sauce. We're close. All right. Not firing now. Come on now. Oh wait, the fuel's off. Duh. Oh gosh. Okay, so I found our leak. Now why the whole engine's covered in grease. So as I showed you guys earlier, we have this huge puddle here. And I was like, oh, I didn't even turn my fuel on. And then I turned it on. What a happy surprise. Where's it coming out of? I'm assuming the fuel line, right? Let me turn this thing on again. Oh, yeah. I think we have a hose clamp holding our fuel on right now, which hose clamps don't get that tight. So we're gonna come on this other side, redo all that, and then see if it'll fire up. Well, I can't get to the hose clamp thing, so we're just gonna cut it and then pull it off. I always have extra fuel on. I got the old one popped off. We're gonna go to the other side, finish taking it off, and then measure, and then cut, and then put it on, and then hose clamp it on. Not with hose clamps, with the actual fuel line clamps, and then that's it. And then we can see if it'll fire up. Well, just got a new one rigged up, and it runs around over here. The petcock is leaking, so I'll order a new one of those. But let's turn on the fuel and see if we got any leaks. Oh yeah, we still have a big leak. Big leak. So, I'm gonna push down that fuel line more. Well, I just got back from the store with my mom. And I got the new fuel line on here. I got a smaller one on because the other one still leaked. And then I noticed that my frame is welded together with the worst weld I've ever seen in my life. So that's good. Another thing I noticed is this is welded on. Another thing I noticed is come over here, this is welded on. So that's fine, I guess. Also, it just means you're safe. You'll be all right. I couldn't get the clamp slid down onto that, so I'm hoping we're not going to need to do that because it was really tight. So let's give it a shot. Fuel on. Why is it just pouring straight out of the... Okay, well, good news. We fixed that leak, but now we have this leak. I think that means there's a stuck float, don't it? Well, guys, we're going to have to do some surgery to this carburetor. Take it all out, reverse everything I just spent 3 hours on. And it's starting to rain, and we don't have electricity in our barn, so it's getting dark. Video coming in on this soon, but I'm using the LED for light for when it does start absolutely downpouring. So this is pretty much as good as it's going to get for now, for lighting. And it's probably going to drain my battery, and I'm not going to be able to get to the house, but it'll be alright. I should have this thing. Or I can just pick some of my 5 other dirt bikes. But we're gonna take this carb out, reverse everything we just did. Also, the petcock stopped leaking. It's dripping from when I just turned it on, but it was leaking pretty good. And it's just good now. And if we have to, we can always unbolt that and use gasket maker like I did on the 4-wheeler. Put it around there, squish it on, then bolt it on, and it doesn't leak at all. But let's get this carburetor off. I already cleaned up this surface a little bit, make it look a little nice. I'll probably repaint these. Well, guys, the carb is finally out. Took the slide off, took the fuel line off. You had to use an Allen key on this one for about an hour, which was so annoying. And this thing is in desperate need of a clean. Here we have our choke. I haven't really ever seen a choke like this. This feels really smooth and good. And I am so glad we are cleaning this thing. You guys can't see in this, but just for the jet and emulsion tube bar is filthy. The whole thing is covered in grime and grease. There's literally just dirt piled up, sitting in there. I'm gonna get this thing soaked down. I'm gonna take it over to our other shop, properly clean it probably. Or I'll probably just do it here, actually. Take off the bowl. I hear the float. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but something's flopping around in there, which means that this could be another issue, broken carb, something like that. But we do have another carb that is also trashed, but we could try to fix or salvage one. But I'm gonna get this thing on like a proper table or something, which I don't have, but I'll find something, and then we'll tear this thing apart and see what we got in here. What we're gonna do for our clean table is move this chest really quick. I need to put this this tool back wherever it came from. Now I have this surface. I need to resituate my bike for light, if it'll even do something, and then we'll tear the thing apart. Well, good news, the bowl was full because gas dumped out of it. Wearing gloves here because I don't want to get gas on my skin. And a huge piece of junk, like a solid gel looking thing, came out of the bowl when the gas was flowing everywhere. But let's see how bad the inside of this thing really is. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's an issue. I don't think these are supposed to be sitting in there. I think that was our issue. None of our stuff wasn't even in it. They were just sitting there. The bowl has so much junk and old looking stuff in there. Our float here isn't even connected. The whole carburetor is dismantled. Literally, I didn't do any of that. That was just there. I don't know how to put one of these together. I'm gonna have to get my dad. Ran over to the shop, got my carb cleaned up for my dad. I'm gonna spray the outside, but we got the inside nice. Now I'm gonna set a time lapse, clean it, and then throw it onto the bike. I started taking a lot of it apart. Let's check on this here air box. We haven't done that. Oh, there's not even a thing in it. Looks kind of clean though, it'll be alright. It'll be fine. Let's pop that back on and get back to work on all this. Alright, there goes the seat. Now we can get this tank off. Alright, so I'm gonna pull this strap off just like that. And then there's a bolt over here I'm going to take out really quick. All right. Voila. Tank is out. Well, I've gotten everything back on. The tank is cleaned out really nice. I just put gas in there. Seat bolt literally snapped in half, so we're missing one. But again, in the next episode, we're probably going to put a new carb on it, new tires, new wheels, new exhaust, new seat, repaint the plastic, so I'm not worried about that right now. Let's turn it on and see what we got. And if it still does the thing, then I don't know what to do. It's gonna fill the tank for a while. I also put a new gasket on this, so that shouldn't leak anymore. I ain't seeing nothing yet, but it still has to fill the bowl. I'm gonna sit here for a minute and see if it starts dumping out. Well guys, it's starting to rain, but that's fine. I've been sitting here a while now and it hasn't leaked, so I think I finally figured it out. Just had to clean out the tank, so it's filthy, like so filthy. I don't know how that would affect it, but it clearly did. So let's see if this thing will fire up now. It's dripping super slow. I don't know, we're just gonna try to start it. I don't really care. All right, I'm gonna put some spray down it. See what we got. Whoa, yeah, I need to put the cap on. Hold on. Come on. It's not wanting to start. Well, let's turn the fuel off. I don't want it to drain all the fuel. I really hope nothing is bad on this thing. Well, a weird ring came off with it. I don't know what to do with that. Holy cow. There's not even a prong on it anymore. It's gone. It's just gone. Oh, it's locked up still. No. Now every mechanic holds a flashlight so that they can look into cylinders and stuff. So I have my Pro flashlight here. Very good grade. Very expensive. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's not good. Wow. So if we just take a look in there, we can see severely scarred pistons. If we look further, I don't see that chunk or anything, but I don't think we're just gonna see that. We gotta get it somehow. We need to get this thing on the bottom stroke, I feel like, so we can get to that piece. Let's try like rocking it this way. Maybe we'll get the piece loose. We'll get it over to the side, maybe. No, I still don't see it. Huh, I don't know what to do here because I can't find the piece. So I feel like I see something to the side here. No, that must be normal. I'm trying to feel for it. I know you do not do this with your engine, guys. I'm just trying to feel. I'm not damaging the piston. I'm not pushing or anything. I'm just trying to look for that piece in there. I just heard it. See if you turn it over. Still don't see it though. I can see that side of the cylinder. It's not back there anywhere. They didn't have glass cleaner in stock, so I had to get invisible glass stuff. It's the same thing, just more expensive, but it's alright. So I'm gonna get some rags, which are over here. I'm gonna get lights in here. I can't see nothing. Alright guys, it's all washed up, looking nice. This is really shiny now. Front fender's nice. I got the forks cleaned up as best as I could. I couldn't get a lot of it. We're gonna have to pressure wash quite a bit of it because there's so much grime and grease that I could not rub off. It's been there for so long. So we're gonna have to get the pressure washer on the next episode we work on this. Because there's just so much that I couldn't clean. And then like back here I couldn't clean any of that. All the grease down in there, all of that. I also started thinking While I'm at O'Reilly's, I'm just gonna get a new spark plug that's actually the right length instead of adding more spacers to this one, because that clearly didn't work out and just scarred our piston. Could have ruined it. It should run with that piston scarred like that, but if it gets worse, it's gonna get, chances of getting lower and lower as we go, pretty much. So I'm just gonna wait till we can figure out and go to the parts store for that, and then we'll just go from there, I guess. Well, I'm not gonna show it on camera, but I got a magnet. I'm gonna get that piece out, and then we are going to get to work. Okay, so I found the piece in the engine. I got a few parts. Magnet didn't fit, so I'm trying to bend it up and get in there and stuff. I know where it is. It's tucked back there in that corner. But now I just need to figure out how to get to it. It's kind of right where the exhaust is, so I'm gonna risk taking it off. I really think I'm gonna break those threads because there is nothing left of them. But I mean, it's already ruined. It's worth a try. I was gonna give up anyway, so, you know, let's give it a roll. Is it 10 millimeter? Yes. Okay, that was promising. I'm gonna keep trying to take this off, and I'll see you guys when I hopefully have the exhaust off. Well, I've decided that I'm not going to risk to try to take that off. And instead, since I can't fit my magnet, this thing, which sadly snapped, down the spark plug hole, we're gonna take off the carburetor so I can magnetize. Yay, we got it, you know? So I'm gonna get to work, take all this off for the 6th time now, I believe. Probably take the tank off and the seat off just for room. And this off. And then I think we'll finally be able to try to fire this up. Well guys, I know you guys can't really see me. It's pretty crammed right now. It is literally, as you can see, dark right now because I have been working on this thing for hours and about a week now, literally. And I gave up, and then we ate dinner, and then I was like, you know what? I found a random spark plug under the sheets in my bed. I'm not even kidding. You can ask my brother. So I came out here, put it in, and it tried to fire. So I got the GoPro in case it does fire up. Every time I'd kick it, it would shoot blue flames. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let's just see if it'll fire up. It tried to for a second. I'm gonna grab some brake cleaner. We're gonna give it some juice. Come on. I'm literally in my sandals because I didn't think it was gonna try to start. All right. Okay, it just sounded the worst I've ever heard an engine running. Holy cow, it finally ran. I need to hear it run again. That literally, this has taken about a week for it to start. Let's try it again. See if we can get to run for a little longer. What you guys just saw, we actually got this thing running. It's lighter now, so we're gonna try to fire it up again so you guys can see more what's happening pretty much. And I just want to let you guys know, I found out I'm not getting notifications. So YouTube thinks that this is a kid's channel, which I understand I'm a kid, but my parents are always in the background. My mom is literally filming right now.
Here I am.
So I just want to let you guys know, and YouTube, that it's not made for kids. So we should be getting notifications. I don't understand why we're not. But we're gonna fire it up again for you guys so you can actually see, and I'll give you a better walk around. If it idles, probably won't. I pretty much lost all my gas because I didn't turn it off all the way, and it just dripped out over the few days because it's, you know, later on. But I'm gonna grab some brake cleaner and we'll see if this thing will fire up. So we're gonna try to start this thing up again. You give me the brake cleaner, Mom? Appreciate it. All right, let's give this thing a go. Just turn the choke on. Try it again. Whoa. Whoa, there it is. Well, I can't seem to get it started again. Not sure what's wrong with that. There's obviously a lot wrong with it, but I think that's gonna do it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now that I'm in school, I upload once every 3 weeks, 4 p.m. on Friday. So if you don't get notifications again for some reason, just go in there, check. Should be up at 3 to 4 every time, unless I'm a little late. Sometimes I have to take them down. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Get some.